Welcome to Manny's TV Talk, where we will talk about all of our favorite reality TV shows and news surrounding them. Grab a snack, a drink, and get comfortable because this starts now. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. We're going to be talking about the new episode of Vanderpump Rules, Season 11, Episode 11. Let's get right into it. So, we pick up back on the beach. Everybody's there, but Ariana is losing her mind because she doesn't want Tom there. Brock says that Sandoval has already been castrated. But it's really exhausting because Ariana says she wants him to go jump into the ocean because she claims that she didn't do anything to him. Schwartz then takes Sandoval to a bar that's near so that the tension can ease up. And Sandoval is telling Schwartz that, so because Ariana paid the adoption papers for the pets, that makes them hers. He says that with that same logic, then he practically owns everything in the house because he says that anytime there needed to be a repair or something to that effect, he paid for it, or did it himself. And he even says that Ariana is going to be in for a rude awakening when she lives by herself. And Sandoval then starts flirting with some strangers, some of the girls that were in the bar. And I think these girls just took advantage because he was buying them the drinks, he was paying for them. But going back to the beach, Scheana apparently set up Schwartz with a girl named Tori. They met and hit it off, but the crazy part is that Katie says that the girl should date her. I don't know, that sounds crazy, but then the group leaves from the beach and they head to the same bar where the Toms are. But then this girl Tori comes, so she's with Schwartz, and she's like, "So are you gonna ask me out on a date?" And he says, "Yeah. Do you want to go out on a date?" So she says, "Yeah," and they're just talking and whatnot. Then Katie comes around. And she kind of ruined the vibe that they both had going on. And Schwartz is trying to figure out if Katie is actually into Tori, or is she just trying to ruin whatever they have. But Schwartz is so socially awkward, so he doesn't really know how to act. So everyone else is hanging out, playing some games. Scheana and Lala have a serious conversation with Ariana about if there are any unresolved feelings, because we have seen the angry and the mad part of Ariana since the breakup, but not they haven't really seen the sadness of it. So she does get vulnerable and starts to cry about the house. She says that he shouldn't feel like he should keep the house, and she doesn't feel like she ever did anything to him. Now, I didn't see any tears, but I don't know. For Lala and Scheana, it was genuine. So then Tori and Katie, they keep talking. Tori is asking her if she's into girls, and Katie says yes, she's into, both. They're just flirting and talking, and then they start kissing. And this was a long kiss, and Katie looked very happy. Now, I just want to throw this out there, just if anybody cares. This girl is in her 20s. She's 10 years younger than Katie, which is kind of 10 years. That's a lot. But that was it for the day. The next day, this was interesting. Lala goes out to have some lunch with Joe. By the way, they bought some hot dogs and some french fries from this little food truck, and it looked so delicious. But anyway, Lala wants to know more about her, also, but more specifically about her involvement supposedly with Raquel, Sandoval, and Ariana. And Joe says to Lala, "Listen, I'm going to be 100% honest. I only really cared about Schwartz and where he was hanging out. I never even knew if Tom and Ariana were together or not." And I actually believe her because she seems like a very kooky person, in a good way. She looks like the type of person that's focused on what they're doing in the moment. So I don't know, but I think she probably wouldn't have been worried about what was going on with Tom and whatever. Then Lala jokes about Joe and Schwartz getting married someday. Okay, so then there is another group scene with Ariana, Katie, James, and Allie, and they go out golfing, and it looked really fun. They're playing, they're ordering some food. James is asking Katie about Tori, and she says that she liked spending time with her yesterday. But Tom is going on a date with Tori today, so, what the hell? That's kind of weird. Not kinda, it's very weird. But Katie seems like she doesn't care. Katie then asks Ariana, "What did Scheana and Lala tell you yesterday when I was talking to Tori?" And Ariana says, "Well, they don't want me to be mad or triggered at Sandoval, even though he keeps throwing these digs." There's also apparently some separate group chat with Sandoval where she isn't in it. She also says that they sent a counter offer to Sandoval regarding the house. If he doesn't agree, then they might have to go to court and then just end up selling it. But she says that she's very excited to get her own home. Moving forward, this was also a very interesting scene. Lala goes to a sperm bank. She asks Scheana to come with her. Lala wants to know more about like the process. So they were sitting with this guy, and one question is, well, why do these people donate? And he says, some do it for money, but a lot of them just want to help out. And the man says that the sperm is very healthy, and Lala is ready for this. She tells Scheana that she wants to form a family more than anything. Scheana says Lala will provide these babies with the best that she can give them. Is it ideal? No. And she knows that. She says that she wants her kids to have a mom and dad at home like she did, but it just didn't work out that way for her. Um, and then they had to ruin this special moment talking about Ariana. So Lala says that Ariana isn't going to win this game when it comes to the house. Move out. She says, I can't feel bad for her. Then Scheana says that Ariana actually told her, well, I would never move into an apartment. Oh. So that was it for this scene, but I'm sorry, you guys. I cannot help myself watching this scene without thinking, because what you will know is that he needed $10 to get him a medium-sized pizza, so he ejaculated in a cup so you could have a kid. Now check that. Phaedra, shout out to Phaedra. But again, happy for Lala. The next scene is Schwartz. He goes to the hair salon where Joe works, and Schwartz has decided to bleach his hair. He's telling Joe about the crazy situation that he's going through. In the meantime, as this is happening, Katie and Tori are literally having a date in her apartment painting. So Schwartz, the blonde, it's good to try new things, but dude, you look like Dorinda Medley. I didn't like it. Later that night, there's a girls' night, so it's Katie, Ariana, Lala, and Scheana. Katie is talking about her date this morning with Tori. Lala asks, isn't that weird, like, given that she had just gone on a date with Schwartz the night before? But then Lala says, well, probably not. After you screwed his best friend, you're probably, like, immune to it. Lala then says that she recently hung out with Joe. And before you know it, Katie blows up. Why would you do that? You don't even know her. So Lala matches her energy, and she says, she's so harmless, like nothing's gonna happen from me talking to her. And Katie says that Lala needs to be consistent. And Scheana says, well, I think Lala has been pretty consistent this whole time. It was a big fight, and Lala says that it's not her job to make things make sense for Katie. Ariana was just mute. Ciao, she did the look around, everybody on mute. But that was a lot. There's also a guys' night. So Schwartz goes out with Sandoval and some two random guys. Now, this was some sort of like speed dating, singles type of thing. And Joe sort of invited herself. And here's the thing. Joe likes Schwartz. There's no denying that. Like the way she kept trying to fix his hair and doing all this stuff for him. But there is a moment where Schwartz starts to, he's talking to some girls and he starts to make out with some random. And that really upset Joe so much that she actually left. And she lets us know in the confessional that this is triggering because they are having sex regularly. And they've even said the word love to each other. So I can see why that's hurtful to her. Like, it's so great behind closed doors, but out in the real world, it's like as if nothing has happened. Then the next day, there is another event. It's all the guys, Sandoval, Schwartz, James, and Brock. And their girls are, Lala, Scheana, and Allie. There's a paintballing. And it was in this huge camp. There's a bunch of other dudes there that are like, so they break into teams. And they start playing. Now, Sandoval was taking this seriously. Like, he was acting like if he was in the military. The girls didn't play, obviously. And they're kind of just sitting back. And Scheana and Lala are talking about last night and the horrible energy coming from Katie. When Allie finds out what they're talking about, that Lala invited Joe, and that's why Katie got mad. Allie is happy that Lala invited Joe because she likes her too. And she was kind of, wondering how she was. And Lala is still taken aback that Katie demanded consistency and loyalty from her last night, especially when she had just screwed Schwartz's best friend. Then the final scene is Schwartz and Joe in the apartment. So he's asking what happened last night. He says he knows they have great chemistry, but he just doesn't want to be in a relationship with anyone. And Joe's like, shut the F up. Like, let me ask you something. Are you embarrassed by me? Schwartz says that maybe they should just stop hanging out as much, and Joe says maybe we should just stop hanging out at all. He just wants to have a quote unquote fun time. Joe says that with them, what she loves is that it's so easy, the way that they click. And she says that deep down she does have feelings for him, and she gets emotional, she starts to cry. She says that she would never pressure him, but this is kind of like a sad breakup. She's bawling and then she walks out the apartment. I felt so bad for her, but that was the end of the episode. Wow, this episode was really good because it had so many events and like personal stories, and it was all over the place. But yeah, you guys, I never thought I was gonna connect to Joe in that way, but I did feel bad for her because think about it. It's already sad when you're friend zoned in general, but imagine like when you're actually with this person you like and y'all are actually hooking up and like doing things as a couple would and still getting friend zone on top of that. It must be hard, but you guys, that was crazy. I don't think Katie has the right to get mad at Lala for talking to Joe. I really don't think Joe has done anything to Katie that's that bad for her to be acting like this. But yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments what y'all thought about this episode. I thought it was pretty good, but let me know your thoughts about what happened. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all next time. You have a great one. Bye.